Um, this was the topic I expected to be a little bit harder. Um, only because I don't think you've ever even heard of these words before. And on the test itself, most people did really well on probability. Probability is like, 3 red marbles out of 8 marbles total. Most people did really well out of that. So I didn't want to cover probability because it seemed like you got that. But this, I understand why you didn't. It's just kind of confusing. Okay, so I picked some kind of random books that we could think of off the top of my head here. So we got the Twilight series, Hunger Games series, and Maze Runner series. 3 different book series. And obviously we're just going to call them like a single book. Wait, some of you don't have paper out. We're taking notes. Oh, it's terrible, I know. We got to wake you up somehow. Okay, the 2 questions I have written up there are asking for very different things. And you find them very differently. So, I don't know why you would only want to arrange 2 books, but I'm specifically doing that so that it's not like a giant number. Say we have 3 books and we have a spot for 2 on our bookshelf, which would be stupid, but let's go with it. So, I want to figure out how I want to put those books up there in a certain order. Well, the word arrange is actually the key thing here, because the word arrange means there's going to be an order to our books. Order and no order is what separates permutations and combinations. And it's generally not going to use the word order in it. Like, you have to just figure it out. Okay. Natalie, do you want to be in charge of the roller or give it to somebody? Oh, son of a gun. I don't have a... Well, you guys have numbers on your desks. And when I was rearranging, I found a red bingo ball sitting underneath the printer. So somebody wasn't getting called on for a long time. I didn't pay attention to which number. I should have. That's why. So somebody at the end.
32.
32. Gigi, I think that's you?
No, that's me.
Oh. Oh, yeah, this is 34. Okay. Are you ready? Give me one order of books that I can put up there.
Maze Runner, Hunger Games, Twilight.
Nope, that's 3 books.
Oh, 2 books?
Yep.
Oh, Maze Runner, Hunger Games.
Okay. Wait, where would it go? There we go. The pen came back. So, Maze Runner, and then you said Hunger Games?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You want to give me another one?
Then Hunger Games, Maze Runner.
Oh, perfect. So, those 2 books, the word order means that it's different if you reverse them. So that's a very good example to start with. If you're looking at the second problem, when it says a pack of 2 books, it doesn't matter which book gets chosen first. Like this one, Maze Runner is first, Hunger Games is second. Hunger Games is first, Maze Runner is second. Then we could also have, what do we have, Twilight and Hunger Games. We could have Twilight, Hunger Games, or Hunger Games, Twilight. Or what else do we have? Twilight, Maze Runner? So Twilight, Maze Runner, or Maze Runner, Twilight. I basically have 6 different ways that I could arrange 2 books. This was why I wanted to stick with 3 books, because then there's not like a million choices. So this answer would be 6. Was it shocking? Now, this one, when it says how many ways can we make a pack of 2 books? Who do we got? Two. I can't see that's 2. Can you think of a pack of 2 books? Maze Runner, Hunger Games. Now, since these are a pack of 2, it doesn't matter which letter you write first. It's just going to have those 2 books. So Maze Runner Hunger Games is the same as Hunger Games Maze Runner. Can you think of another pack? Yep. Okay. TH. That's another pack. And then there should only be one more pack. MT. Perfect. So on this one, we get 3. So basically having an order to whatever you're looking at is going to be called a permutation. Having no order, just a group, is a combination. Now, I don't know how clear it came out when I was trying to send messages, because I'm actually pretty sure some people have never read any messages in Schoology. Like my son, I looked at his Schoology the other day, and his messages thing had like 112. I don't think he ever looks at it. Or if he looks at it, he doesn't ever read them. I don't want you to figure these out by hand. So I couldn't find other videos that just told you how to do it with a calculator. So I tried to include my video from last year that showed you how to use the calculator. I don't want you to use the formula by hand. I mean, not that the formula is crazy hard. My goal is for you to figure out the difference between permutation and combination. So let's say we said question number 1 was a permutation, and we had 3 books, and how many books were we trying to put on the shelf, or how many were we focused on? 2. So what we would do on a calculator is type in 3p2. Now each calculator is a little different. And then the combination was the same. There was still 3 books, and we were still trying to find a pack of 2, but you're going to get different answers. So I'm going to guess most everybody in here was using Desmos, especially because the lessons were already on the Chromebook. Or did anybody try to use their own calculator? Okay. If you know how to do it on your own calculator, it absolutely works. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So I do have Desmos here ready to go. And I don't know if this threw you off at all. You have to hit this function button right here to get more options in Desmos. Once you hit the function button, there's more choices on the left and the right. Down here in the lower corner, it says NPR and NCR. If I'm doing a permutation, so if my things are in an order, I'm going to do NPR. And then I'm going to say 3, 2. Where's the comma? There it is. Oh, it already gave the answer. I can't. There we go. And we wrote them out. Like, I wanted an example that was small enough we could just write it out. And if we were just trying to find a group of 2, that was the combination button. And I'm going to do the same thing, 3 and 2. And we wrote them out. There was only 3 choices. Now, obviously, all the examples you're going to get are going to get much bigger. And I think most of you were having a hard time separating between the counting principle, where you multiply the choices, and permutations and combinations. On the test, I labeled the question, like, you may not have even noticed it, but on the test I labeled the one question the counting principle. I labeled the 2 questions permutation and combination. So you guys would know the difference between them. Should we just try to figure out, where's my notes? Natalie, let's roll somebody.
4.
4, maybe? Okay. How many racers should we pick? 5. Okay, that is a small race. There are 5 racers. Okay, how many ways can they finish first, second, and third? So basically the only places that generally count. Nine, I don't know where 9 is, somewhere over there. Are you in the same spot? Huh. So, what we need to determine before we do anything is there an order to what we're looking at? Do the people have to be in certain places, or are they just a group of people? There are. I mean, this one even literally has the word place in it, like first place, second place, third place. So the order they finish does matter. So since the order matters, we're doing permutation. This is the main thing you need to figure out as you're doing a problem. Are the items we're looking at, does it matter what order they are picked or finished or done? Does the order matter? Okay, permutation. Permutation needs 2 numbers. The first number is the total number of things. This one, there's 5. There's 5 people. Second number, how many are we actually looking at? The first 3 places. So you would type 5p3 in your calculator. And most everybody has the Chromebooks away, so let me just type that in for you. Permutation. And you can use your keyboard too, so you don't have to like swap back and forth. So 5, 3. There are 60 ways they can finish first, second, third. So on that one, I want to say there's a button that says stat or something like that. Well, it depends on the calculator. Some of them it says math, some of them it says stat. Which button is on that one? Math?
I don't see.
Why don't you bring it up here quick? On that calculator, I believe you have to type the 5 before you hit the button anyway. Probability. There's a probability button. So the PRB button, you would hit 5 and then NPR and then 3.
Okay.
Now, I thought it would be convenient for Desmos because you're going to be taking the test on the Chromebook anyway, that you could kind of just open up Desmos next to the, open it up in another tab. But I don't mind at all if you use your own calculator. Am I killing you guys off by trying to teach? You guys have had 2 weeks of sitting around. Is that why this is horrible? You have to adjust back into school? Okay, should we do something else? You guys have no opinions. Did the new desks down your spirits? How come? You guys still get to move when you way of work and stuff. Okay. We have 15 minutes left. What I would like to do is put up a page of problems for you to do. You don't need to write them down. I just want you to write the answers on the paper. That way we don't have to print it out. We don't have to do all sorts of stuff. please don't throw your assignments away like a bunch of you did yesterday. Hold on to those assignments.